Hello,
Hello.
hello. Welcome to Tuesday Talk with the Conways,
I'm Courtney.
and I'm Chris. So Courtney made a mad dash for our water because we had forgotten to grab some water, and we talk a lot.
And lately I've been getting choked up like every meeting.
So we talk a lot. So we need water. And we also talk a lot about hydration, so we need to practice what we preach.
Yes,
So we've got our water, I'll put that there so we can both have access to that.
because it's
Yes.
technically mine.
Yes, because I'm not sure what I do with mine. But welcome to our Tuesday talk with
We need the chat.
Oh yes, I need to have the chat open so we can see.
Okay,
Yes. Oh,
hello.
Joy and Carla and Joy, another comment, and Shelly and Radina and all of our friends on Instagram. Not Joy, not technically a technology issue. I decided to wait to
Until the
change
last minute.
to change our graphics, our photos, the intro and the outro to a new photo. I started that like maybe 10 minutes before we were supposed to go live. Um, so I probably should have done that earlier, but I hope you all noticed who were joining from the very beginning and saw the countdown. Our new photo, you'll see it also at the end when we say goodbye. We finally that photo hasn't been updated probably in a very long time.
Yes.
So nice to have a updated photo for that. I can just switch back just the photo real quick. This is our new graphic for the beginning and then the end. So a newer updated photo. So like I said, I probably should have done that, earlier and not 10 minutes before we went live. So not technically an issue, but but lack of planning, I guess. Radina says no sound. Anybody else having issues with sound? I'm really hoping we don't have anybody else having issues with sound. Thank you, Linda.
Let us know if you can hear us.
Yep. So Joy, Linda, can you all hear us? I know Radina mentioned she has no sound. Okay, Diane says she's good. So hopefully maybe Radina can
Figure out how
restart.
to get captions on this thing, but it's not always the best captions. So.
Yep. Yeah, the captions might not be the best. So hopefully Radina can start let's see. Okay, good. Everybody does say they can hear us.
Okay.
Yep. Sorry. Thanks, Radina. Hopefully Radina comes back in and can hear us. But welcome. We have a Poetry Girl on YouTube with us tonight. Diane, thank you so much for that. We feel great. Our new year with our focus on consistency is helping. It's paying off. I still am stuck at the kind of the same weight, but I'm noticing other non-skill victories, and that is something that we're working to push through anyway. Um, Joy mentioned us singing a song. Courtney kind of sang a little bit there for a moment. She doesn't sing for a lot of people, so she must really like you all. So
I sing a lot, just not always good.
well, she
Not
just
always serious.
well, not in front of people.
Yeah.
Usually, is what I mentioned. It took her a long time to open up and really legitimately sing in front of me because she's just shy with her singing
Yeah.
voice. But yes, so our consistency is paying off in lots of other ways. Scale, not so much, but I'm not as worried about the scale. The scale changes will come with consistency. Um, but there are lots of other things. So in this, I think we've been really kind of going strong with consistency when it comes to our eating and our movement since around the 3rd of January. And yes, Mom. Courtney's mom says she's a great singer. She's a beautiful singer. Love her voice. But we've been going strong since like the 3rd or 4th of January. And while the first few couple pounds came off really, really good, it's been not really seeing much other movement. But there are other things that we want to focus on instead of not seeing the scale move. Like the fact that I probably feel like I have more energy
Yes.
than I've had in a very long time being consistent with our eating and our movement. So lots of energy. I'm sleeping better at night. I'm getting so a lot better sleep. I do also feel like, in general, my mental health state, my mental well-being has also kind of taken a really good positive turn to. Granted, everyone has ups and downs when it comes to their mental state as well as other things, but just overall, things have been going really great. So the scale will move when it moves, but we have been on it with our diet and exercise. Well, diet, eating, tracking,
Yeah.
being on plan. We don't really like the word diet, but it's kind of habit. It's a lifestyle change, but we're gonna keep moving.
Mhm.
And
Literally.
yes, very literally, and figuratively, we're not giving up. The old me would have been frustrated with the scale. I wouldn't have quit, but I might have tended to be disappointed and overindulge a little bit,
Mhm.
which is extremely counterproductive. But I'm just going to keep focused on moving forward. And our topic tonight is going to help a lot with that. And
Mhm.
hopefully it'll help everyone else as well here tonight. So I'll let
Yes.
Courtney introduce the topic tonight.
Yes, tonight we're talking about building confidence at all points of your health journey, not just at the end when you've lost, however much weight you've lost and you feel great, but also at the beginning, because sometimes it's hard
Hmm.
to find confidence at every stage of
Hmm.
your journey.
Beginning, middle, and end. It really is going to take confidence in
Yep.
all stages to help keep you going.
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, you want to make sure that you have positive self-talk. Actively replacing self-criticism with positive affirmations is going to go a long way. Reminding yourself that your efforts are worth it. And even if you feel like you failed, that you don't feel like it's a failure.
Hmm.
So definitely having that positive self-talk is going to probably be one of the biggest things, because no
Hmm.
matter what's going on, whether you feel great or feel awful, if you are, cultivating that positivity,
Hmm.
it's going to go a long way with your confidence.
And a key word here in her notes were perceived shortcomings. That's also a really
Yeah.
big key. You might think you have some shortcomings. You might think you have not done so well, or you're failing, but in reality, you're killing it. So just keep up that positive self-talk. Fake it till you make it. It's sometimes our motto. We the other day we sat outside the gym for 15
We
minutes
did.
trying to give ourselves motivation to go in, and we went in, and it was a really good workout, and we didn't regret it. So yes, Joy is giving Shelly some really good kudos on our Facebook live, and Devin is on here. And for him, he says building confidence would be tracking in the Healthy app and using the barcode scan to scan for bites throughout the day. It's really, really, really good a good way tracking. We can't say enough about
Yeah.
tracking in the Healthy app to keep going, and
Mhm.
that should give you confidence that the plans are designed to help us be healthy, build better habits, and lose weight. So tracking every day in the Healthy app should give you some confidence to know that you're doing the right thing, regardless of whether you feel like it, or whether the scale is moving. That should also give you confidence. So
Yes.
that is a really good point, Devin. And thank you,
Thank
April.
you, April.
Glad to have you here. I know we've missed you on here, so glad to have you back here. Um, Also, good plug. If you happen to miss a meeting, feel free to look at the past videos.
Mhm.
They live on YouTube, but also if you need an audio podcast to listen to in the car or at the gym, feel free to download the podcast on the Healthy Podcast on Spotify or Apple Music as well.
Yes.
And Shelly is thanking Joy for the hula hoop. So both Joy and Shelly have been getting into the weighted hula hoop thing, and they have been killing it. That is a really good active exercise
Mhm.
that I think is low impact and very easy to do.
Yes, and speaking of exercise, the second point is using physical activity as empowerment. So you focus on what your body can do instead of what it can't do, and also focusing on what it can do instead of what it looks like.
Hmm.
Because sometimes, like, if you look at me, you wouldn't know that I spend an hour or more most days in the gym. You just wouldn't. But I do. And I can. Today I did 3 miles in on the elliptical in less than 35 minutes, which
Hmm.
is which is really good for me. Um, so just focusing instead of being like, "Oh, this is what my body looks like," focusing on I did 3 miles in less than 35 minutes, and that's incredible. So focus on what your body can do, and that's going to build some confidence, whether you
Mhm.
realize it or not. When I focus on what I've done, like when I do something in the gym, or even if it's just going on
Mhm.
a walk, like I feel great afterwards and I feel so empowered and so
Yep.
confident.
But like she mentioned, focus on what you can do, not on what you can't do. When I first started the elliptical, I could only do 5 minutes. So coming off of the elliptical, I could have said, "Dang, I could only do 5 minutes." But with a more positive spin to that is, "Man, I did 5 minutes. I can't wait to see what I
Yeah.
do next time."
Yes.
So having just that positive mentality, that spin, is amazing. And now look at me. This week I've done multiple times on the elliptical where I've spent an hour on the elliptical when 5 minutes would have my legs burning on fire and have me limping for the rest of the day. And
Hmm.
now I can do an hour. So take that into consideration. Don't think what I
Hmm.
only did. I did this, and what can I do next time?
Yes, and also sometimes it just takes sometimes like it's kind of related. Sometimes we need to stop comparing ourselves to other people, not just what they look like, but what they can do. I was
Hmm.
on the elliptical kicking butt today, but I was looking at this lady that was on the Stairmaster, and she had been on there like 30 minutes, and y'all, she was going at it. And not only was she going at it, she was talking to the lady next to her, and she wasn't even out of breath.
Hmm.
And I was like, how is she doing this? And I, while I'm sitting there kicking butt on the elliptical, was also comparing myself to this lady that I didn't even know, because I'm like,
Hmm.
I could never do that. I could never work up to doing that. I could never do that. Like, how is she
Hmm.
doing that? So we've got to also stop comparing ourselves, because sometimes that brings about our low self-esteem, because we could think so highly of ourselves, but once
Hmm.
we compare ourselves to that other person, it's over.
And I guarantee you that person that Courtney was comparing herself to also has those same feelings where she compares herself to other people. So that's important to remember that no matter where somebody else is at their journey, they probably not where they want to be at.
Mhm.
So to keep that in mind, and something that popped in my mind that Courtney mentioned that she didn't feel like she could do that. One of our daughter's favorite shows right now is Gabby Cats, and I know what's a fictional show and it's for kids, but the character's big saying is yet. I can't do that yet. So Courtney can take that concept and
Mhm.
say I couldn't do that on the stairmaster yet. But if she got on the stairmaster and started small, like I did at one point when I was doing stairmaster, I started small and then built up. So just think of I can't do that yet. I can't wear that size yet. I can't do this physical activity yet.
Mhm.
And keep that in mind and help give that to give you confidence throughout your health journey.
Yes. And Joy mentioned it's your journey, it's not theirs.
Hmm.
So comparing yourself to them, like Chris said, you never know, that person's probably comparing themselves to somebody else. But
Hmm.
also along with this, with the whole like you can't do that yet, visualize your success.
Hmm.
Regularly imagine yourself achieving your goals. And that helps you maintain motivation and self-belief, whether it be what size you want to be, whether it be what you want to do activity wise, whether it be, how you want your face to look, whatever it is,
Hmm.
visualize that and then just see yourself doing it.
Hmm. Yeah, I do that a lot when I'm at the gym, especially when I have my longer sessions. An hour is a long time to spend on the
Mhm.
elliptical or doing anything really. Um, but sometimes I don't start off with good motivation, but as I'm going, I'm like, man, this is really good. And think of what I can do tomorrow. And I've been pushing my body a little bit more, not like super duper hard, but I've been
Mhm.
pushing my body a little bit more each day. And I'm surprised, back at the beginning of all this, I would have been sore
Yeah.
all day the next day and not been able to go just as hard. But the past 4 days, I've been incrementally been able to go harder each day and still do more the following day, and I couldn't do that before. And visualizing myself, on what my body can do, what can I do tomorrow, what it might look like when I get closer to my goal weight. That has kind of given me the courage. Oh, I want to stop this workout. I think I might stop at just 30 minutes when my goal was 60 minutes. Those types of
Mhm.
thoughts can help get you forward, keep you going, and help you get to your goal of whatever it is.
Yes, absolutely. And another thing is accept your body now.
Mm,
Like that's a hard one for me. That's been a hard one for
for
me.
me too.
Yes, accepting your body now instead of
Mm,
what you want it to look like. My goal weight, I still have a long way to go, you guys. But if I like just focus on
mm,
that, like it's one thing to visualize, like be like, okay, I'm gonna get there one day.
mm,
But it's another thing to almost get down because you're not there yet.
Mhm.
So accept your body now. Build confidence from a place of self acceptance rather than self loathing.
Mhm.
Recognize your worth independent of your weight. You are worth so much more than your weight.
Mhm.
And it's essential to recognize that and find your confidence now. Chris has said something so many times that just really resonates with me. If you don't love yourself now, you're not going to love yourself when
Mhm.
you meet your goal. You have to learn to
Absolutely.
love yourself now.
Yeah, because you're always going to find faults. You're always going to find things that you want to improve, no matter where you are in your journey. So you really just to be as healthy as you can. Love yourself now. I may not be at my goal weight, but I look good, and I
Yes,
want
he
to.
does.
I want to keep that mentality up because if I'm not happy with my body now, I'm definitely not going to be happy when I get to my goal weight.
Hmm.
So just be happy where you're at and love your body because your body has gotten you through so many things, regardless of where you are in your journey, and it's something to be proud of, regardless of whether you're at the beginning, middle, or end of your health journey.
Yes, and I'm gonna flip these two because that goes really good with that. So, along with that, create a supportive environment. Have people around you that's gonna lift you up. When I'm feeling awful about myself, this man and my daughter, they're both like, "You look amazing." Have those people around that when you're feeling awful about yourself, they're gonna be like, no, you look incredible," or that's gonna point out the things about you, that that you do love.
Hmm.
My one of my friends, she constantly there's a part of my body that I love and I just love it. And one of those parts is my eyelashes. I know that's random, but she'll point it out. She'll be like, but remember those eyelashes. Like, if I'm
Hmm.
just feeling bad about myself. So find something that you love about yourself and have those people that's going to point it out to you. And if you can't find something about yourself that you love, still have those people that's going to just help you find that thing.
Absolutely, our daughter was really good at, "Daddy, you look really handsome today," or
Mhm.
"Mommy, you look really beautiful today," and that brings me to the point where we don't really always say those positive comments to other people out loud, very often, and out of the mouth of babes, you can really learn something. So, you see that friend that is trying to work on their health. Um, don't be afraid to encourage them. Hey, you look really great today. You don't have to
Mhm.
be silly with it, or just tell someone they look good.
Mhm.
And it can be random, and you don't know how big of an impact that could have on their life. They could be having a really crappy day. They could be really down on themselves, struggling with their self-esteem, which now I struggle with my self-esteem all the
Mhm.
time. But having my daughter randomly say, "Daddy, you look handsome today," even when I might not feel like it, or
Mhm.
I might have just gotten out of the gym and I'm sweaty. I'm sweaty. Daddy, you're healthy. You're handsome today.
Mhm.
It's just really cute. So learn from children and just randomly compliment people. Hey, you look
Yes.
good.
Mhm. And, find somebody if you're not around anyone, find someone that you can send a picture to, and they're just gonna be like, "You look great." My mom, I could send her a picture of me looking so ratty, so awful, and she's gonna be like, "You look
Impossible.
so beautiful." Like, so find that person that you can just if they're not around, that you can just be like, "Here you go. Here's a picture of me." And they're going to just talk you up like my mama does. I love you, mama.
And we've made this comment too before. You know, it's easy to not see the changes in yourself because you're around yourself all the time. Sometimes it's hard for Courtney to see the changes in her, and sometimes even for me hard to see her changes
Mhm.
if I don't have a comparison to, just because we're around each other so often. So if you need an excuse to go visit a friend or family member you haven't seen in a while, go do that. Go visit
Mhm.
that friend. Go visit that family member you haven't seen in a while. And for them, the difference will be a lot more noticeable,
Uh-huh.
and they will hopefully shower you with compliments. Dang, you look really good.
Mhm.
So do that. So if you have somebody that you've been meaning to visit, go do that, and then you might get a couple
Uh-huh.
compliments.
And along with that, and along with like taking the pictures, take the pictures for your before and after as well.
Hmm.
Sometimes seeing the differences can really build your confidence. And sometimes you still need that accountability person like Chris
Hmm.
to help you. I can't count the amount of times that I've done a before and after, like a transformation Tuesday type thing. And I've shown him and been like, is there a difference? And he's like, are you crazy?
I want to pop her over the head with with
Like I'm literally looking at both pictures and I'm still like, Is there a difference?
And it's like the difference is night or day. So you take those pictures, and also to that point, take the pictures now, even if you don't feel like it.
Mhm.
We did not like full body photos.
I don't have very many to choose
Hmm.
from. Like,
Yeah,
if you go on my Instagram and look at my transformation
a
pictures,
lot of the before
a lot
pictures
of them,
are
like,
the
I
same.
probably have 4 or 5 to choose from because
Hmm.
I was either hiding behind people or I was like, okay, get from here up, get from
Hmm.
here up. Like, yeah.
Yep. So take those full body pictures, because they're really good for comparison. Um, so and that goes to back to the comment of love yourself now.
Hmm.
Love yourself now so you can love the future you, but also love the past you. We're kind of in the middle of our journey. We not only need to love our current selves, but we need to love our past selves. We need to look at those old photos and don't like, dang, that was really big.
Hmm.
But instead, it's just changing the mindset. Dang, I came so far, and
Yeah.
I looked good then. I look good now, and I'm gonna look good.
Mhm.
And it's all really about health.
Hi, Christina.
Yes, and Instagram, somebody said things that were awesome. We're happy. That's what we're here for, and we're very
And
very
hi,
supportive.
Sherry. I just noticed your comment. It was kind of hiding,
Hmm. And
but
then
we're glad you're
Christina,
here. Yes, yes. I saw Christina's.
yes. So thank you so much, for all the love and support you give us, because all of that you give us, we and then can turn around and
Hmm.
give it to everyone else too.
Yes.
So we're very very happy.
Yes, and then we just have a couple more
Yes.
points. One is focus on those non-scale victories when it's hard.
Hmm.
Confidence can sometimes dip when the scale's not moving or just when you're not feeling it. So if you really focus on those non-scale
Hmm.
victories, they can really take you far. Whether it be, like the other day, I have these boots and it was easier to zip them up because
Hmm.
they go over my ankles. It was easier. Like focusing on stuff like that
Oh
when like the
yes.
scale is not moving really does help build that confidence. I felt so good in those boots because I was like, man, I didn't struggle zipping these things up. Like
Hmm.
they just zipped up like perfectly.
Hmm.
Like just things like that can really boost your confidence.
There's a lot of non-scale victories you can look at, because at the beginning of the podcast today I mentioned that I'm just kind of struggling with the scale not moving, but I'm still being consistent, and there are other wins like having lots of exercise. But another non-scale victory is we have the Aura rings,
Hmm.
and they can tell you your cardiovascular age in how it is in comparison with your actual age. So the goal is to the more healthy you are, your cardiovascular age will be younger than you really are. And so for me, one of those non-scale victories is while the scale hasn't changed in a couple weeks, that has changed. And now my ring is estimating my cardiovascular age to be 2 years younger than my actual age. And that right there is a pretty big win. And the healthier your cardiovascular system is, the less health risks you have. And it's overall, it's gonna, even if my weight did not change, I'm getting healthy.
Hmm.
I'm doing this activity. I'm lowering those health related risks.
Yes.
Also really good. And Sherry, I'm glad
Yes.
that
That
you.
means a lot to
Yes,
us.
we're glad that we can be there for you. But that's exactly what we're here for. And you're here for us, so you give us lots of encouragement too.
Yes. And then one last thing, because it just always needs to be said when talking about confidence. Confidence is not cocky.
Mm.
Just because you're proud of yourself, proud of the way you look, or you feel good, like it is not cocky to look in the mirror and be like, dang, I look good. It's not cocky.
Hmm.
It's okay to be confident. Cocky and confident are two different things. So it is okay because sometimes it's ingrained in us that we can't feel good in our skin. We can't
Hmm.
like the way we look because it's cocky. No.
No.
It's just confident, and confidence is totally okay.
Yes, Joy's getting ready to hop off. It's the end of the
Hi,
night,
Joy.
so
But
good
Joy,
night.
make sure you come back for our recipe because it's a really good one.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you don't have to come back. Make sure you see it tomorrow. It'll be
Yeah.
on there tomorrow.
Yeah. And Shelley, I totally understand. It's so easy for us to be cheerleaders and supporters of other people,
Mhm.
while kind of lacking that for yourself.
Yeah,
So if you ever are lacking that
we are
cheerleader
here.
spirit for yourself, we're here to lift you up and
Mhm.
support you too. So, but you're
I
exactly
get it.
right.
I get it. Sometimes I look at me and I'm like, I'm doing awful. But like if somebody else around me is like, I'm doing awful, I'm like, no, you're not. Don't say that about yourself. Like
Mhm.
it's really easy to be harder on ourselves than we are other people.
Mhm. So the grace and the joy and the love you give other people, remember to give to yourself.
Yes, because you are doing amazing.
Yes, you are. We're very, very proud of you, and we're so glad to have you in our corner.
Yes.
Absolutely. So we've just got a few minutes left. We talked up about this recipe
Yes.
last
It's
week. I think we had it like Monday.
Yeah, we had it last Monday or Tuesday.
I think it was Monday because it might have been Tuesday. Either way, we had it
It
early
was
last
so
week, and it
good.
was so good. The Courtney was like, "We have to have this as our recipe for this week."
Mhm.
So, we can't wait to share with you. It's a little higher on the carbs, but it is.
Yes, but I have
It's
a
so
way.
good.
I have a way you can fix that if you need to.
Absolutely. So we're gonna move on to the recipe portion, and
Yes.
I'll let Courtney, since she's
Yes.
the
This
chef.
is a chicken fajita casserole.
Mm.
It says 6 servings, but it could very, very easily be 8 if you wanted to make it less calories, less bites, less carbs, all of that. But you need a pound of cooked chicken breast, 2 cups of instant rice, uncooked, a can of cream of chicken, the 98% fat free, a cup of diced onions and peppers. We didn't really measure this though. We just kind of threw them in there until it looks good. A can of Rotel, basically. 1.5 cups of chicken broth, a packet of fajita seasoning mix, a cup of fat-free plain Greek yogurt, and 1 3/4 a cup, which is 1 bag of the fat-free shredded cheese. Either any flavor you want will be great. Preheat the oven to 350. Dice and shred your cooked chicken. In a large bowl, mix literally all the ingredients except for 1 cup of shredded cheese. Add the casserole to a dish and spread it evenly. Cover tightly with foil, like make sure it's nice and tight because that's what's going to help cook that rice. And bake it for 35 to 45 minutes or until the rice is basically cooked. Remove the foil, add the remaining cheese. Pro tip, spray your cheese. Some people rinse it. I can't do it. I can't rinse my cheese. It weirds me out, but you do you. But if you spray it with spray butter or even just cooking spray, it helps the fat-free cheese melt. Pro tip. Um, but put it back in the oven for about 10 more minutes. And once the cheese is melted and bubbly, remove from the oven and enjoy. When I tell y'all this is good, this is good. Like it is so good. It is between 5 and 9 bites, but it's 43 grams protein, 39.3 net carbs, but you can substitute the rice for cauliflower rice if you really want to. I wouldn't because I don't like cauliflower, but if you really wanted to, you could do that.
Or you can do what you mentioned. You can make this into 8 servings and do what we love to do is add cottage cheese.
Which is what we did. We added cottage cheese. We've been adding cottage cheese to basically every single dinner that we have. My mother loves cottage cheese. So she's gonna hear us mentioning this.
I can just feel the look that her mom is giving us right now.
but if you can make it into 8 servings, add cottage cheese to that, and bam, it's still gonna be like 40 something.
And it adds more.
Protein.
It adds a lot of protein to it.
And I put fat-free shredded cheese for the macros. You don't have to use fat-free. We didn't actually when we made it, but my mom does not like our cottage cheese comment. But whatever kind of cheese you like. And we just used, I think we used cheddar.
Yep, so whatever you have, these are the macros that they're going to probably give you the best macros.
And it doesn't have to be chicken. Whatever you like in fajitas, we actually used like a pork fajita mix when we made this.
Yes, the other night we got some clearance fajita seasoned pork at Target on clearance, and we put it in the freezer until we were ready for it, and it was
I'm
delicious.
gonna have to make this again like next week. I mean, it's that good.
Like she said, you can customize it. You can have smaller portions. You can have less carbs. Add something else.
Add more vegetables.
Add a ton more vegetables.
I mean, we probably could have done even more diced onions and peppers. We just get the frozen stuff and just throw it in there, and it was perfect.
And our daughter even loved it, even with all the veggies in there. So. Big win. So hope you enjoyed this. This will be posted on Healthy's Facebook and Instagram tomorrow.
And it'll be on their blog.
And it'll be on the Healthy app blog on the website. So feel free to take a gander at that if you would like to have a copy of that. But thank you so much for joining us this week. We are here for you just as much as you are here for us. You probably don't realize how much of a difference you make in our lives on a daily basis. So thank you for being there for us, and we're happy to be here for you. But have a wonderful week. Stay warm wherever you're at. It's really cold, really chilly here. It's probably even colder up north.
Yeah, where some of you are.
So yes. So stay warm, stay safe, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone.